Ready? Okay, next we're going to continue on with the inward swinging door and the single tool approach. So what we're going to do is initially we're going to try to have see if we have a gap right here between the door stop and the door. If we don't have a gap, we can just take our shoulder and shoulder into the door to try to create just enough gap to insert our adz between the door stop and the door. Now that we've got the adz placed in there, we're going to use the strength of the tool, which is the camming technique. By lifting up on the Halligan bar, we're going to actually turn that adz into the door. That's called camming. That's going to start to drive the lock mechanisms inward. In this particular from left to right swing, I'm going to cam in an upward manner because I don't have the pick up the top. Notice that the pick is down, so if I cam down, once the pick bottoms out into the door, it could kick my tool out of there, and I don't want to lose the tool. So I'm going to cam in an upward fashion. If you want additional leverage, you can use your legs, place it on your shoulder, cam it up until you hear the getting some creasing there. Okay, from this point, I'm going to flip the tool into using the pick and the adz that's listed in the truck SOG. So the way that's going to look is I'm just going to simply flip the tool so that I can insert the adz and the pick together into the door stop. That gives me a nice good bite against the door stop right there. And then I'm just going to pry and jam the head of the Halligan into the door to try to finish the breach. Okay, it's not going to go for me, so what I want to do is I want to hold that gap, have my partner insert the axe blade, and that's using the axe blade for a gain saver. So right there, he's holding the gap that I have. I could also use a door wedge. If you have a door wedge, you can use a door wedge as your gain saver. So partner, let's go ahead and take your axe out. So that's using the door wedge or the axe blade as a gain saver. Now that we have a gap there, we're going to go into set. So remember, gap, set, force. So now that we've created our gap, I'm going to go ahead and insert my fork or my claw into that gap and go on to the next thing. That's setting the tool. So I'm going to place my claw into the gap, and I'm going to have my partner help me set my tool in. Now remember, on an inward swinging door, our goal is to wrap the door frame. Once we wrap the door frame, we can force by pushing the door inward. So partner, you ready?
Ready.
Okay, now remember, my eyes, the person on the Halligan is in charge of the operation. The person on the striking tool, whatever striking tool it is, sledgehammer, 8-pound flathead, TNT tool, whichever striking tool, he only hits or strikes when he's asked to by the person on the Halligan. My eyes are on the tips of the fork or the claw, and I'm watching that I get that tool set around the door frame at the depth I want. Okay, ready, partner?
Ready.
Okay. Hit. 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 Okay, let's stop. Okay, now I can see that the tips of my fork or my claw have wrapped the door frame. Now I'm ready to force the door inward. So that's gap, set, and now force. I like to hold the pick just for safety. Reach the door inward, and the door went as far as I could go with the Halligan. It's still hanging on. Again, I'm going to use a door wedge to save my gain. Now at this point, I'm going to need to clear the door. So I can insert my adz into there, and I've got two choices. I can pry the door and simply pry it, or if I wanted to, I can cam again there to put a little extra hurt on the lock. So I'm going to pry. So that's almost there. Now when I'm prying, finish the door.